My name is Blalock. I am a program manager for the International Affairs Scholars Program in the College of Arts and Sciences here at Ohio State. I chose a career path in higher education. I was a first-generation college student myself, so my parents did not go to college. I was the first one in my family to do so from both sides. And when I came to college, there were just so many opportunities to connect with faculty members, connect with other people like me. And I had such a great college experience with being involved on campus, studying abroad, doing internships, that I really saw myself working on a college campus. So it just worked out that I ended up in higher ed. I think it's been a really great fit for me. Sure. So what a lot of folks might not realize is that there are a lot of resources and services for students as they transition to college. So that can be something like counseling support services, student life, student programming. We have tutoring services. We have learning resources for writing and math and different subjects. So when you come to college, you're not on your own. There are a ton of students and faculty and staff who are willing to support your journey if you need them. So for anyone who's considering coming to a college or a university, seek out those offices and don't be afraid to reach out to your academic advisor, reaching out to your faculty members, reaching out to your teaching assistants, because there are people here to help you along the way. So don't hesitate to reach out to those folks. So I think it's critical that we have as many diverse perspectives and people on our college or university campus for a lot of different reasons. I think first and foremost, we learn from each other for people that are different than us. So when you're sitting in a class or you're working at a job and you're learning from someone who's different than you, that's really what education, higher education is all about, is learning from different people and having those different perspectives. I think people who come from different backgrounds and have different stories and experiences to share, that only makes us better people, right? And it makes things more interesting for us as students and for faculty and staff alike. So I think having that diverse representation is really critical when you get to a college campus. I think new Americans bring such a special story to whatever college they choose to attend. And I think not only for them, but the students who go to that university, they're learning from them as well, right? They're learning from your experiences and your background that they might not have exposure to before. So I think, having that new experience in a classroom is not only important for you, but it's also important for everyone else to hear your story. And I think that's what makes your contribution so special. I think students that identify as new Americans should pursue higher education because they have so much to give back to college campuses and universities, regardless of where they decide to attend. I think their experiences, their stories, and their backgrounds, as I said before, only enrich the classroom. And when you go out into the workforce or when you go to graduate school, you bring that perspective with you and you contribute back to your classroom and to your job. And I think we really need that now more than ever here in the United States. Sure. I think for anyone who comes to a college or university, regardless of their background or how they identify, you might expect to be overwhelmed, but in a really good and positive way. You're going to be interacting with new people. You have professors, you have teaching assistants, other members of your class, and other students that you can connect with. So it might be overwhelming, so you might expect that, but don't let that scare you. That's actually a positive thing. Not only are you learning, but you're also growing as a person and as a student. So I think when you come to a college or university, be expected to be challenged, but in the best way possible. And again, just to reiterate, there are a lot of people here to help and support you along the way. I think some challenges that new American students might face might not be that dissimilar from other students transitioning to college. Maybe it is the challenge of finding the appropriate office to go to if you need help or assistance in your classes. Maybe it's trying to navigate different majors and academic programs and how to figure out what you want to do and what career you want to go into. That could be a challenge for folks if they're not used to working in offices like that. But again, really stressing the fact that there are people here to support you. You just got to be ready to reach out and make those connections, and then that'll help you so much along the way. Sure. For post-high school opportunities, whether it's a college or a university or going into the workforce or doing an internship or something like that, don't be afraid to reach out to people. If there are jobs that you've always been interested in or colleges that you've always been interested in, reach out. Reach out to people in the field, call them, email them, set up a meeting, whether in person or virtual, and just find out more from their experiences. That can never hurt you to reach out and make those connections along the way. So I think that's one thing that folks can do. Do your research. Don't be afraid to do your own research in a certain career sector or a certain academic program. There's so much information that you can find online at your fingertips. Don't be afraid to do your own research and see what you come out with. But again, reaching out to folks that you think would be good mentors, jobs that you've always been interested in that you can see yourself doing, don't be afraid to reach out and really just make those connections on